When you think of DNA, you probably picture the familiar double helix from high school biology, the chemical instructions that determine your height or why you have brown eyes. But an entirely different cosmological framework suggests this physical molecule is a projection. The twisting strands we observe represent the shadow of a multidimensional energy pattern. DNA functions as an energetic sieve for your consciousness. It dictates exactly how much universal data reaches your mind, setting the precise boundaries of what you are capable of perceiving as reality. This means the physical 3D world around you is simply the specific band of existence your current genetic hardware allows you to tune into. Any missing pieces in that code directly restrict your physical and mental experience of the universe. The original human specification, the silicate matrix, contained a 12-strand DNA template. This complexity was the required hardware for a guardian race, beings designed to process the massive energetic currents needed to stabilize and protect the Earth's own morphogenetic field. With all 12 strands active, human awareness functions across multiple density levels simultaneously. A human with this intact architecture pulsates at a rhythm high enough to step through biological stargates, enabling physical time travel. Today, the average human operates at roughly a 3.5-strand activation level. We are effectively trapped on a low-frequency band, perceiving only the dense, solid matter of our immediate physical environment. We did not arrive at this limited state through a slow process of natural selection or evolutionary bad luck. The source material claims our biology was intentionally targeted and systematically dismantled by an outside force. We are walking around on a hijacked operating system. We possess the hardware of cosmic beings, but we are running a severely restricted software patch that disconnects us from our actual heritage. The architects of this sabotage are described in these texts as fallen angelic legions. Unlike the intended human design, these competing groups possessed a genetically capped template, maxing out at 10 or 11 active strands. Because of this missing code, they lacked a direct, sustaining energetic connection to the universe's source. To seize control of Earth's energy systems, these groups initiated massive cataclysms. During periods of extreme cosmic chaos, like the Electric Wars and the fallout following the collapse of Atlantis, humanity's genetic defenses were breached. Their primary biological weapon was hybridization. By actively interbreeding with early human populations, these forces introduced foreign mutation templates into our gene pool. This put a hard, biological cap on our ability to ever properly reassemble the full 12-strand sequence. Human history is the site of an ongoing biological war, where the primary objective is the permanent suppression of our evolutionary potential. One of the most devastating weapons deployed in this conflict was a targeted mutation known as the Templar Seal. The Templar Seal acts as a genetic roadblock, specifically stripping out the base tones, the energetic foundation, from crucial strands of our DNA. Without these connecting frequencies, the template simply cannot assemble. Then came the final technological blow. In 9540 BC, a planetary blockade called the frequency fence was installed. This grid filtered out specific energetic tones from the Earth's field, making it physically impossible for the third DNA strand to integrate into a human infant at birth. Modern science looks at the vast amount of non-coding material in our cells and labels it junk DNA. But these dormant fragments are the shattered pieces of our original 12-strand architecture, unplugged and scrambled by that ancient planetary blockade. We feel the effects of this sabotage every single day. The genetic distortion creates constant bioenergetic static within us, causing fractured memory, clouded logic, and a heavily repressed intuitive mind. What standard biology dismisses as evolutionary waste is the lingering evidence of a coordinated attack on human awareness. Today, these exact same interfering forces often promote false solutions, offering chemical or technological shortcuts to enlightenment. They specifically target spiritual seekers with external substances, like monoatomic elements or white powder gold, promising rapid activation. These shortcuts trigger a mechanical failure called molecular compaction. They force random, out-of-sequence dimensional frequencies into your physical body. This unearned energy progressively crushes and destroys whatever viable DNA template you still have left. Look closely at this ancient statue. The sources cite the Egyptian pharaoh Akhenaten as a tragic historical example of this exact error. By pursuing external technologies for power rather than doing the slow work of internal biological activation, he suffered severe physical and mental degeneration. The cosmic physics here are unforgiving. If you rely on a chemical or a machine to reach a higher state, the external force supplying that shortcut forever owns the power you manifest. Yet, despite thousands of years of genetic manipulation, the attackers failed to erase the blueprint entirely. The original 12-strand imprint is still sitting right there, latent and dormant within the physical structure of every living human. Reclaiming it requires a manual reboot called bioregenesis. This is a self-generated process of gently stimulating your own energetic centers to release specific locks in your biology, known as seed crystal seals. This demands rigorous emotional healing and the deliberate development of your intuition. As you do the work, those seed crystal seals dissolve, and the shattered, unplugged fragments of your junk DNA begin to fuse back into their proper sequence. Once that internal foundation is fully secure, you can draw in spiraling, colored waves of stellar electricity, triggering the systematic reassembly of your genetic code through direct frequency infusion. Recovering the human genome isn't a passive waiting game. It doesn't require channeled entities, external saviors, or spiritual gurus. It demands absolute personal responsibility and the fierce decision to reboot your own divine architecture from the inside out.